Treharne. I am production manager here at Brouwerij West. I've worked for the company for about 4.5 years. Started in the tasting room, and here I am now. You are drinking Daewon vs. Beer, Volume 1. This is a collaboration we did with Daewon Song. It was a really fun project to work on. We wanted something that was going to be really light, easy to drink, crushable, something you could have while being out and active. It is made with a very light malt to keep the body light. We used Citra, Vic's Secret, and Waiiti. Gives it a touch of pine, citrus, and some tropical fruit. Overall, just really easy to drink though. Daewon Song is known to love donuts, so we thought it'd be fun to kind of mash up what he loves with what we do, which if you're familiar with our cans, we do this great artwork, and we did this, amazing collage of donuts and skateboard wheels. One of the things that sets us apart here at Brouwerij West is our mash filter. This allows a few things. One thing we're really proud of is it's very water efficient, and we try to be really earth friendly here. Another thing a lot of people don't know about us is we have solar panels, and we're on the roof of this building, and we produce more power here than we consume. The mash filter is also very water efficient, so we use less water than most other breweries during production. It also allows us to work with grains at higher percentages than you're typically able to. We've done fun beers in the past where it was 100% buckwheat, or we work with spelt a lot, which is probably something that's a very defining characteristic of a lot of our beers. And in a typical brewery mash tun, some of these grains can be very difficult to work with, and the mash filter makes it a lot easier. So we're really excited to get out of the funk of 2020, and we're looking forward to our 5th anniversary, and we have a lot of fun projects in the works for that. One of the things that I'm personally really excited about is for us to get back to our Belgian roots. Our, probably to a lot of people, funny spelling of our name comes from the Belgian influence that was originally part of the founding of this brewery. We probably are most well known for our hazy IPAs, but we do have strong Belgian roots, and we do always try to keep something around from that time. For our anniversary, we have a few projects. We're definitely going to do, a couple hazy IPAs, one that you'll see out in wider distribution, and then one that we'll do here for the tasting room only. And then we're working on a bottle conditioned saison that will be a lot of fun to do, and like I said, goes back to our Belgian roots. Going back, I don't know, I remember as a kid loving Alf and dressing up for that for Halloween, and being the goofy little alien, and that's probably about as 80s as you can, 80s, early 90s as you can get. Yeah. But, and I've always been a video game nerd, grew up with a Nintendo, and, loved having Mario around. And, yeah, we're fortunate to have this large open space that becomes a beer garden on any nice day, summer or winter. We're looking forward to having everybody here again. It's something we all miss, and it's one of my favorite things about working here is all the great people that we get to talk to. And I started in the tasting room, and that's in some ways where my heart still lies is talking to people about the wonderful beer, and yeah. Quick run through of our brewing process. Grain gets thrown into our grist case here, grain and malt. It passes through our hammer mill, which is kind of unique to our brewery. It actually makes more of a flour than actually splitting the grain. From there, the grain passes through this auger and drops into our mash mixer over here. From there, it passes into our mash filter, which is a series of plates. What happens is the grain goes through, it fills up the series of plates, whereas normally you would set a mash in a mash tun. The mash is set here. It's kind of like a reverse osmosis system where there's a series of plates. On one side there's a screen, on the other side there's a bladder that fills with air. The bladder pushes up against the grain and sets it. The mixture, the liquid is able to pass through the system and then go into the boil kettle, and then hot water is ran through there to rinse any of the remaining sugar that remains in the grain at that point. From there, it goes into the boil kettle, which is this right here. Boils for various amounts of times depending on the beer. And then we pass it over into our whirlpool. Liquid is shot in using tangential, and it creates a whirlpool action, forcing all of the proteins into a cone in the center, and then you pull the liquid off the side so that you leave all of those things behind. From there, it moves into a fermenter, and you add yeast, and you ferment, and you end up with beer. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoy the beer. It was a lot of fun to do, and I love drinking it myself.